I'm standing in the parking lot of a wedding venue with a complete stranger, and I have exactly 3 minutes to convince him to pretend to be madly in love with me for the next 6 hours. So let me get this straight, the guy says, leaning against his car with his arms crossed. You hired me through an app to be your fake date because your ex won't stop texting you, and now we're supposed to walk in there and act like we're together? That's the general idea, yes, I say, trying to smooth down my dress. It's pale blue, elegant, probably too fancy for someone who's about to lie to everyone she knows. Look, I know it sounds weird. It sounds insane, he interrupts, but he's smiling a little. I've done this gig maybe 20 times and it's always insane. His name is Noah. I know this because his profile on the app said, Noah, 28, excellent fake boyfriend for weddings, family reunions, and general ex avoidance. He had good reviews, 5 stars, comments like very convincing and saved my Thanksgiving. So I booked him for $200 plus dinner. He's tall, maybe 6 feet, with dark blonde hair and blue eyes that look genuinely amused by this whole situation. He's wearing a perfectly fitted suit, and objectively speaking, he's exactly the kind of guy my friends would believe I'd date, which is the point. Okay, ground rules, I say, checking my phone. 2 minutes now. We've been dating for 3 months. We met at a coffee shop. Bookstore, Noah suggests. Coffee shop is overused. Bookstore is more romantic. Fine, bookstore. We reached for the same book. It was very cute. What do you do? Architect, he says. I always say architect. People never ask follow-up questions about architecture. Perfect. You're an architect? I'm a social media manager, which is true. We're serious, but not too serious. No talk of moving in together or anything. Got it. What about physical contact? What about it? Am I allowed to touch you? Hold your hand? Put my arm around you? I need to know the boundaries. I hadn't thought about this part. Yes, that's fine. Whatever looks natural. And kissing? My stomach does a weird flip. Let's say no unless absolutely necessary for believability. Fair enough. He pushes off from the car and offers me his arm. Ready, girlfriend? Ready as I'll ever be. We walk toward the venue and I can already see people gathering outside, smoking and chatting before the ceremony. My best friend spots me immediately and starts speed walking over, her bridesmaid dress swishing. Riley! Oh my god, you made it! I was worried you'd bail. She hugs me, then turns to Noah with open curiosity. And who is this? This is Noah, I say, and he extends his hand with a perfect smile. Noah Williams, nice to meet you. I've heard so much about you. You have? Alyssa looks at me with wide eyes. Riley, you didn't tell me you were bringing someone. You didn't tell me you were seeing anyone. It's still pretty new, I say, hoping I sound casual. I didn't want to jinx it by talking about it too much. 3 months isn't that new, Noah says, and his hand finds the small of my back in a gesture that feels shockingly natural. But Riley's been nervous about me meeting everyone. High pressure situation, wedding and all. Alyssa is practically vibrating with excitement. 3 months? Riley, that's amazing. You look so happy. Do I look happy? I'm trying to look happy. I'm probably just looking constipated. We should get inside, I say. Don't want to miss anything. Yes, go find seats. We'll catch up at the reception. I want to hear everything. Alyssa hugs me again and rushes back toward the bridal suite. That went well, Noah murmurs as we head inside. Though you need to relax a little. You're holding your shoulders like you're about to be attacked. I'm nervous. Don't be, I'm a professional. He guides me toward a row of seats on the bride's side. Just follow my lead. The ceremony is beautiful. My friend Jess looks stunning. Her groom Mark is crying before she even makes it down the aisle, and I'm genuinely happy for them. I'm also hyper aware of Noah sitting next to me, his thigh pressed against mine because the chairs are close together. Halfway through the vows, something weird happens. The officiant is talking about commitment and choosing each other every day, and I glance over at Noah. He's watching the couple with this soft expression, like he's actually moved by what's happening, and for a second I forget this is all fake. For a second he just looks like a guy at a wedding, feeling feelings. Then he catches me looking and winks, and the spell breaks. After the ceremony we file out toward the reception hall, and that's when I see him. My ex, Derek, standing near the bar in a suit that's slightly too tight, talking to some guys I don't recognize. He hasn't seen me yet. That's him, I whisper to Noah. Blue suit by the bar. Noah follows my gaze. That's the ex? The one who won't stop texting? That's him. What's his deal? We dated for 2 years. Broke up 6 months ago because he wanted different things, by which I mean he wanted to date other people while keeping me as a backup option. He's been texting me ever since, asking to meet up, saying he misses me. It's exhausting. Sounds like a charmer, Noah says dryly. Want me to make him jealous? That's literally what I'm paying you for. Right, just checking. He takes my hand, lacing our fingers together, and leads me straight toward the bar, right toward Derek. Derek sees us coming and his face does this thing. Surprise, then confusion, then something that might be jealousy. Good. Riley, he says, his eyes flicking between me and Noah. Hey, you look great. Thanks. Derek, this is Noah, my boyfriend. Noah, this is Derek, a friend of Mark's. The word boyfriend feels strange in my mouth, but Noah doesn't miss a beat. He shakes Derek's hand with just a little too much firmness. Good to meet you, man, Noah says. Riley's told me about you. Has she? Derek looks uncomfortable now. All good things, I hope. She said you're friends, Noah says with a smile that doesn't reach his eyes. So yes, all good things. I'm trying not to laugh. This is exactly what I wanted. Derek realizing I've moved on, that I'm not sitting around waiting for him. But there's something else happening too. Something I didn't expect. The way Noah's thumb is tracing circles on my hand feels really nice. The way he's standing close to me, protective but not possessive, feels really nice. We should find our table, I say. Good to see you, Derek. We walk away and I can feel Derek watching us. Once we're out of earshot, Noah leans down to whisper in my ear. How was that? Perfect. You're really good at this. I told you, professional. We find our table and it's me, Noah, 2 other couples I know from college, and Alyssa's cousin Jack, who I've met maybe twice. Everyone introduces themselves and immediately starts asking Noah questions. So how did you two meet? Asks Jenny, who I lived with sophomore year. Bookstore, Noah says smoothly. Riley was reaching for the same book I was. It was very romantic. What book? Jenny's boyfriend asks. There's a pause. We didn't plan this far. Educated, I blurt out. By Tara Westover. I was buying it for my sister, Noah adds without missing a beat. Riley was buying it for herself. We started talking about it and ended up getting coffee. Turns out we had a lot in common. That's so sweet, Jenny sighs. I love meet cute stories. Dinner is served and Noah plays his role perfectly. He makes jokes that land well, asks people questions about themselves, remembers details they mentioned earlier in the conversation. He cuts my chicken when I'm struggling with a particularly tough piece, which makes Jenny literally clutch her chest. You two are adorable, she announces. Like, disgustingly adorable. We try, Noah says, and his hand finds mine under the table. The speeches start and they're funny and touching and everything wedding speeches should be. Mark talks about how he knew Jess was the one when she laughed at his dumb jokes. Jess's sister tells an embarrassing story about their childhood. Alyssa gives a speech about love and friendship that makes everyone cry, including me. I'm wiping my eyes when I notice Noah watching me with this strange expression. What? I whisper. Nothing. You just really care about your friends. Of course I do. Jess has been my best friend since college. It's nice, he says quietly. A lot of people I do these gigs for, they're just trying to make someone jealous or prove a point. But you're actually here for the wedding. The fake date thing is secondary. Well, yeah, I love Jess. I want her to be happy. I just also want Derek to leave me alone. Fair enough. The dancing starts and Noah stands up, offering me his hand. We should dance. People will expect it. We move to the dance floor and he pulls me close, one hand on my waist, the other holding mine. We sway to some slow song I don't recognize, and this is fine. This is totally fine. Except his hand on my waist is warm through the thin fabric of my dress, and he smells really good. And when I look up at him, he's already looking down at me. You're a good dancer, I say, because I need to say something. My mom made me take lessons when I was 12. I complained the whole time, but turns out it's useful. For fake wedding dates? Especially for fake wedding dates. The song ends, but we don't move apart immediately. There's a moment where we're just standing there, still close, and I'm suddenly very aware that his face is only inches from mine. Then someone bumps into us and the moment breaks. We step apart and head back to the table, where Jenny is waiting with an enormous grin. You two are so in love, she announces, clearly several drinks in. I can see it. The way you look at each other, that's the real thing. We're pretty happy, Noah says easily, but something about Jenny's words sticks with me. The way we look at each other. How are we looking at each other? The night continues. More dancing, more drinks, more conversations where Noah charms everyone effortlessly. Derek tries to approach me twice more, but both times Noah is right there, casually keeping himself between us, making it clear without saying anything that I'm not available. Around 10 p.m., things start to wind down. The older guests are leaving, the dance floor is getting messier, and I'm exhausted from maintaining this performance all day. I need some air, I tell Noah. Wanna come? Sure. We slip outside to a courtyard area, away from the noise and lights. It's cooler out here, and I wrap my arms around myself. Here, Noah says, shrugging out of his jacket and draping it over my shoulders. It's warm and smells like him, something clean and slightly spicy, and I pull it tighter around me. Thank you for everything today. You were incredible. Just doing my job. No, seriously. You made this so much easier than I thought it would be. Everyone loved you. Derek looked miserable every time he saw us together. Mission accomplished. Noah leans against the courtyard wall, hands in his pockets. Can I ask you something? Sure. Why did you really break up with Derek? You said he wanted different things, but there's more to it, right? I'm surprised by the question. Why do you want to know? Because I've been watching him watch you all night, and I don't think he's over you. And I've been watching you not watch him, and I think you are over him. I'm just trying to understand the story. I sit down on a stone bench, and after a moment, Noah sits next to me. We started dating right after college, I begin. He was my first serious relationship. For 2 years, I thought we were building towards something, moving in together, maybe getting engaged eventually. But then he sat me down one day and said he wasn't sure I was the one. He wanted to explore other options, see what else was out there. But he also didn't want to completely end things, wanted to take a break and see how we felt. Ah, Noah says. The classic wanting to have his cake and eat it too move. Exactly. I told him no, that we were either together or we weren't. He chose weren't. But then he kept texting me, especially late at night, saying he made a mistake, asking to meet up. And I kept responding because part of me hoped he'd realize what he lost and come back for real. But he never did. He just wanted to keep me on the hook. So you hired a fake boyfriend to make him finally let go. And to make myself let go, I admit. I needed to prove to myself that I could move on, that I could show up to this wedding and not spend the whole time wondering if Derek still had feelings for me. Does that make sense? Perfect sense, Noah says. For what it's worth, I think you're handling it really well. You've barely looked at him all night. That's because I've been too busy pretending to be in love with you. The words hang in the air between us, and I realize how they sounded. I mean, you know what I mean. The fake relationship thing. Right, Noah says. The fake thing. There's something in his voice. Something I can't quite identify. Before I can analyze it, my phone buzzes. It's a text from my mom. Oh no, I mutter. What? My mom just texted. She saw pictures on Facebook. Apparently, Alyssa's been posting about the wedding, and I'm in the background of several photos. With you. My mom is asking who you are and why she hasn't heard about you. Ah, Noah says. The plot thickens. This is bad. My mom is going to want to meet you. My whole family is going to want to meet you. So tell them the truth. I can't. They'll think I'm crazy for hiring a fake date. My mom already worries about me enough after the Derek thing. This will just confirm that I'm completely incapable of handling my own love life. Noah is quiet for a moment. What if we just keep doing this? What if we don't tell anyone it's fake? We keep up the appearance for a little while, let it run its course naturally. Then in a few weeks we say we decided we were better as friends. Clean break, no drama. I stare at him. You want to keep pretending to be my boyfriend? Why not? You already paid me for tonight. The hard part is over. Meeting your family a few times, posting some pictures together, that's easy, and it solves your problem. But that's crazy. That's more complicated than just hiring you for one night. Maybe, he admits. But it's also more believable. If we suddenly break up tomorrow, people will wonder why you brought me to the wedding at all. If we date for a few weeks first, it looks like we gave it a real shot. He has a point. An insane, complicated point, but a point nonetheless. I can't pay you for weeks of fake dating, I say. Don't. Consider it a favor. You seem like a nice person who got stuck in a weird situation. I'm happy to help. Why would you do that? He shrugs. Honestly, this is the most interesting thing I've done in months. My real life is pretty boring. I work too much. I don't date much. This is kind of fun. I should say no. I should absolutely say no. This is how situations spiral out of control. Okay, I hear myself say, but just for a few weeks, and we need to set clear boundaries. Whatever you want, we shake on it, which feels absurdly formal given the circumstances, and head back inside. The reception is winding down now. Jess and Mark are doing their last dance, and people are starting to say their goodbyes. Alyssa catches me before I leave. Riley, Noah is amazing, she gushes. I'm so happy you found someone. You deserve this after Derek. Thanks, Av. We need to double date soon. You, me, Noah, and Daniel. It'll be so fun. Sure, I say weakly. That sounds great. Noah and I walk to our cars together. The parking lot is mostly empty now, lit by street lamps that cast orange circles on the asphalt. So, he says when we reach his car, I should probably get your actual phone number for coordination purposes. Right, yes. We exchange numbers and I hand him back his jacket. Thank you again for everything. Anytime. He pauses. Hey, Riley. Yeah? For what it's worth, I don't think you're crazy. I think you're someone who got hurt and wanted to take control of the situation. That's not crazy. That's just human. Something in my chest squeezes. That's really kind of you to say. Just being honest. He opens his car door, then turns back. Text me tomorrow. We'll We'll figure out our story. I watch him drive away and then sit in my own car for a long moment, trying to process what just happened. I hired a fake boyfriend. He was too convincing. Now we're extending the arrangement. And the weirdest part, I'm actually looking forward to seeing him again. My phone buzzes with a text from Derek. Can we talk? I saw you at the wedding with that guy. Are you seriously dating someone? I stare at the message, then delete it without responding. For the first time in 6 months, I don't feel the urge to explain myself to him. I don't care what he thinks. I drive home and collapse on my couch, still in my dress. My roommate Madison is already asleep, which is good because I'm not ready to explain the night to anyone. But as I'm drifting off, I keep thinking about the way Noah looked at me during the ceremony, the way his hand felt in mine, the way he made everyone believe we were real, the way it almost felt real. I wake up to 17 texts. 12 are from various friends and family members asking about Noah. 3 are from my mom demanding details. 1 is from Alyssa with approximately 30 heart emojis, and 1 is from Noah. Morning. Hope you survived the post-wedding interrogation. Coffee this week to plan our strategy? I text back. Coffee sounds good. Also, my mom wants to meet you. I'm so sorry. Don't be sorry. I'm excellent with moms. Tuesday work for you? We make plans to meet at a cafe near my apartment on Tuesday afternoon. I spend the next 2 days fielding questions about Noah, making up details about our relationship, trying to keep my story straight. My mom calls Sunday night and I spend an hour on the phone describing how we met, what he's like, why I didn't tell her sooner. She's suspicious but also excited, which somehow makes me feel worse about lying. I just want you to be happy, honey, she says. After Derek, I was worried you'd close yourself off, but you sound different when you talk about Noah. Lighter. Do I sound lighter? Maybe I do. Maybe that's the problem. Tuesday arrives and I'm nervous, which is ridiculous. It's just coffee. It's just planning. It's just a business arrangement. Except when I walk into the cafe and see Noah already there, typing on his laptop, my heart does a stupid flutter thing that has nothing to do with business. Hey, he says, looking up with a smile. I got you a latte. Hope that's okay. That's perfect, thanks. We sit at a corner table and he pulls out a notebook. Okay, so I've been thinking about this. We need to establish a clear timeline and narrative that we can both stick to. You made notes? I'm oddly touched by this. I'm a detail person. So we met 3 months ago at a bookstore. We've been on maybe 10 dates. We've established that we really like each other, but we're taking things slow. How does that sound? Good. What about social media? People are going to expect to see us together. We post occasionally, but not obsessively. A photo here and there. Maybe I show up in your Instagram stories sometimes. Keep it realistic. And what about in person? What if we run into people? We act like we did at the wedding. Comfortable with each other, casual affection, nothing over the top. The key is making it look easy, like we've been together long enough that we don't have to try too hard. I'm taking notes now too. What about our breakup? How do we handle that? Noah leans back in his chair. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Let's say we do this for 3, maybe 4 weeks. That's long enough to look legitimate, but not so long that people expect us to get serious. And then we just say we realized we were better as friends? Exactly. No drama, no betrayal, just a mutual decision. People will understand. It sounds simple when he explains it like this. Logical. Totally manageable. My mom wants to meet you, I say. She's invited us to family dinner on Friday. Noah doesn't even hesitate. I'll be there. What do I need to know? My mom is warm but intense. She's going to ask you a million questions. My dad is quieter, but he'll be evaluating you the whole time. I have a younger sister, Emma, who's in college. She's going to think this whole thing is hilarious once I eventually tell her the truth. But we're not telling her the truth yet? No, she can't keep a secret to save her life. Fair enough. What else? My mom is going to ask about your family, your job, your intentions. She's very protective after the Derek situation. I can handle protective moms. I'll be charming and respectful and make it clear that I care about you. Even though you don't, I say, and it comes out weird. I mean, you know what I mean. You care in a fake way, a professional way. Noah's expression flickers with something I can't read. Right. Professional caring. We spend the next hour going over details, synchronizing our stories, making sure we're on the same page. It's surprisingly easy to talk to him. He's funny and sharp and asks good questions. Okay, I think we're set, he finally says, closing his notebook. Anything else we need to cover? Just one thing. Why do you do this? The fake date stuff. You said your real life is boring, but that can't be the only reason. Noah is quiet for a moment, stirring his coffee. A few years ago, I went through a bad breakup. Really bad. It made me gun-shy about real relationships. But I'm good at performing relationships, at being what people need for a specific moment. It's safer, I guess. Cleaner. That's kind of sad, I say without thinking. Maybe, he admits. But it works for me. I help people out, make some extra money, no one gets hurt. Except you're not really connecting with anyone. I connect plenty, just not romantically. Don't you miss it? Real connection? He looks at me for a long moment. Sometimes, do you? Yeah, I admit. More than I want to. There's a weight to the conversation now. Something real pushing through the fake arrangement. Before it can get heavier, Noah's phone buzzes. Sorry, work emergency. I have to take this. He steps outside and I watch him through the window, pacing as he talks. He looks different in his work mode, more serious, focused. When he comes back, he's apologetic. I have to go. Client crisis, but I'll text you later about Friday? Yeah, sounds good. He hesitates, then leans down and kisses my cheek. For practice, he says with a wink, in case anyone's watching. But we're in a corner table. No one is watching. He leaves and I sit there for another 10 minutes, touching the spot where his lips were, trying to figure out what just happened. The next few days are weird. Noah texts me regularly. Funny observations, random questions, photos of buildings he's working on. It feels less like coordinating a fake relationship and more like actually talking to someone I like. Friday arrives and I'm a nervous wreck. I change outfits 3 times before settling on jeans and a nice sweater. Noah picks me up at 6:30 and when I open the door he's holding flowers. For your mom, he explains. I googled meeting girlfriend's parents tips and flowers were number 1. You googled tips? I wanted to do this right. Something about that makes my chest warm. You're taking this very seriously. Well, yeah, your mom matters to you, which means making a good impression matters, even if it's technically fake. We drive to my parents' house and I give him a quick briefing. Mom will hug you immediately. Dad will shake your hand firmly. Emma will probably say something embarrassing. Just roll with it. Got it. My prediction is accurate. Mom opens the door and immediately pulls Noah into a hug. You must be Noah. We've heard so much about you. All good things, I hope, Noah says, handing her the flowers. These are for you. My mom literally clutches her chest. Oh, he brought flowers. Riley, he brought flowers. I see that, Mom. Dad appears and does the firm handshake thing, evaluating Noah with his classic dad stare. So you're an architect? Yes, sir. I work mostly on residential projects, some commercial. Good field, stable. Emma bounces down the stairs and looks between me and Noah with barely concealed glee. So this is the mystery boyfriend. Riley's been so secretive about you. I haven't been secretive, I protest. You absolutely have been, Emma says. Mom's been going crazy trying to get information. Dinner is both better and worse than I expected. Better because Noah is incredible, answering questions thoughtfully, complimenting the food, laughing at my dad's terrible jokes. Worse because watching him charm my family makes me wish it was real. Mom asks about how we met, and Noah tells the bookstore story with such genuine warmth that even I almost believe it. Dad asks about Noah's career plans, and Noah gives detailed, intelligent answers that make Dad nod approvingly. What are your intentions with our daughter? Mom asks over dessert, and I want to die. Mom, what? It's a fair question. Noah doesn't look flustered at all. I think Riley is incredible. Smart, creative, kind. I'm not looking to rush anything, but I'm definitely interested in seeing where this goes. He's looking at me when he says it, and the way he's looking at me makes my stomach flip. After dinner, Emma corners me in the kitchen while I'm helping with dishes. Okay, he's perfect. How did you find him? We just met. Riley, you've been weird about relationships since Derek. You barely dated anyone, and suddenly you show up with this gorgeous architect who looks at you like you hung the moon? Something's up. Nothing's up. Sometimes you just meet the right person. Emma narrows her eyes. I'm watching you. We leave around 9:30, and both my parents hug Noah goodbye. Mom whispers something to him that makes him smile, and Dad claps him on the shoulder. In the car, I collapse back against the seat. That was exhausting. I thought it went well. Too well. My mom loves you. She's probably already planning our wedding. Noah laughs. She's sweet. Your whole family is sweet. I'm sorry she asked about your intentions. That was mortifying. Don't be sorry. She's protecting you. That's what good parents do. We drive in comfortable silence for a few minutes before Noah speaks again. Can I tell you something? Sure. Tonight felt really nice. Like, weirdly nice. I wasn't expecting to actually enjoy meeting your family. They can be a lot. No, I mean it. They clearly love you. That dinner table energy, the teasing, the stories, the warmth. I haven't experienced that in a while. My family is more distant. Do you not see them much? Not really. My parents divorced when I was young. I'm an only child. Family gatherings were always tense. Being at your house tonight, it reminded me what I missed out on. I don't know what to say to that. Well, you're welcome back anytime. Even after we fake break up, you can come for the food. He smiles, but it doesn't reach his eyes. I might take you up on that. He drops me off at my apartment, and this time the goodbye feels heavier. We sit in the car for a moment, neither of us moving. Thank you, I finally say, for doing this, for being so good at it. Thank you for trusting me with your family. That meant something. Even though it's fake? Even though it's fake, he confirms, but the way he says it sounds uncertain. I get out of the car and wave as he drives away, and Madison is waiting inside with raised eyebrows. Okay, who was that incredibly attractive man, and why did you not tell me you were seeing someone? I collapse on the couch. It's complicated. Uncomplicated for me. So I tell her everything. The wedding, Derek, the fake date app, the extension of our arrangement. Madison listens with increasing disbelief. Let me get this straight, she says when I finish. You hired a fake boyfriend who was so convincing that now you have to keep pretending for weeks, including introducing him to your family? When you say it like that, it sounds insane. It is insane! Riley, this is a romantic comedy plot. This is not real life. I know, but it's too late to back out now. Everyone thinks we're together. And how do you feel about him, actually? I think about Noah's laugh over dinner, the way he held my hand in the car, how he opened up about his family. I don't know. He's nice. Really nice. But it's not real. He's literally being paid to act like he likes me. Except you said he's not charging you for the family stuff. He said it was a favor. Uh-huh. Madison looks deeply skeptical. Riley, I watched you date Derek for 2 years, and I never saw you look the way you looked through that window just now. What way? Happy. Hopeful. Like maybe something good could actually happen. I don't have a response to that. The next 2 weeks are a blur of maintaining the facade. Noah and I meet for coffee twice more. We go to dinner with Alyssa and her boyfriend Daniel, and Noah is so charming that Alyssa texts me afterward with, marry him. We post a few photos together. Nothing excessive, just enough to look real. A picture of us at a museum, a selfie at a restaurant, a photo of our coffee cups side by side. Each interaction feels more natural than the last. We develop inside jokes. We text each other random thoughts throughout the day. Once he sends me a picture of a terrible logo he saw, and I spend 10 minutes roasting the design choices. You should be a designer, he texts back. I'm a social media manager, close enough. I'm serious, you have a good eye. And then Derek texts me again. I see you're still with that guy. Is it serious? Can we please talk? I show the message to Noah during one of our coffee meetings. He won't let it go. Want me to handle it? What do you mean? I can text him from your phone, make it clear you've moved on. That feels mean. He's been harassing you for 6 months. That's mean. Noah has a point. I hand him my phone and watch as he types, Derek, I need you to respect that I'm in a relationship now. Please stop reaching out. I wish you well, but we're done. Riley, he hands the phone back. Too harsh? No, it's perfect. Derek doesn't respond. And for the first time in 6 months, I feel like I can actually breathe. That Saturday, Noah invites me to an architecture event, some gallery opening featuring sustainable building designs. You don't have to come, he says, but some colleagues will be there and it might be good to be seen together. Are you sure you want me there? Yeah, I think you'd actually find it interesting. He's right. The gallery is fascinating. All these innovative designs that prioritize environmental impact. Noah introduces me to his colleagues as his girlfriend, and I watch him light up talking about his work. A woman named Sophia, who apparently works at his firm, pulls me aside. I have to say, I've known Noah for 3 years, and I've never seen him bring anyone to these events. You must be pretty special. Oh, we're just... I start. Then remember I'm supposed to be his girlfriend. We're taking things slow. Well, whatever you're doing, keep doing it. He seems really happy. After the event, Noah and I walk around the city. It's a warm evening, and the streets are busy with people enjoying the weather. Your colleagues are nice, I say. They liked you. Sophia cornered me after you talked and said you were a keeper. A keeper, I repeat. That's funny considering this is all fake. Right, fake. Noah stops walking and turns to face me. Riley, can I ask you something? Sure. Does this still feel fake to you? My heart starts pounding. What do you mean? I mean, when we're together, when we're talking or laughing or just existing in the same space, does it feel like you're acting? I don't know, I admit. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Why? Because it stopped feeling like acting to me, he says quietly. Somewhere between your family dinner and tonight, it stopped being a job and started being something else. I can't breathe properly. Noah, I know this complicates everything. I know we had an agreement, but I can't keep pretending that I'm pretending. Do you understand what I'm saying? I think so. When I'm with you, I'm not acting. The way I look at you, the way I talk about you, the way I feel when you text me something funny in the middle of the day, that's all real. And I needed you to know that. I stare at him trying to process this. But you do this for a living. You fake relationships. How do I know this isn't just part of the performance? Because I'm terrified right now, he says. Because I'm risking our arrangement and our friendship and possibly making a complete complete fool of myself. That's not something I do for a performance. I don't know what to say. Say how you feel. Honestly, I take a deep breath. I like you. I really like you. And it scares me because I don't know if I'm just confusing a good performance with real feelings. I don't know if I can trust my judgment after Derek. This isn't like Derek, Noah says firmly. I'm not keeping you on the hook. I'm not trying to have it both ways. I'm standing here telling you exactly what I want. I want to stop faking and start being real, but only if that's what you want too. And if I say no, then we go back to the plan. We fake date for another week or two, then we break up, and I'll respect your boundaries completely. And if I say yes, then we figure it out for real this time. I look at him, really look at him, at the way he's standing there vulnerable and honest and waiting for my answer, at the way his eyes are hopeful but uncertain, at the way he's giving me a choice instead of making assumptions. Okay, I hear myself say. Yes, let's be real. The smile that breaks across his face is worth every confused feeling I've had over the past 3 weeks. He steps closer, and this time when he kisses me, it's not for show. It's not for anyone else. It's just for us, and it's perfect. We spend the rest of the evening walking and talking, holding hands like it means something, because it does mean something now. We talk about how we're going to tell people, how we're going to transition from fake to real.
Do we even need to tell people? Noah asks. Can't we just keep being together? They already think we're dating.
But now it's real. So, the outside looks the same. It's just the inside that's different. He has a point. To everyone else, nothing has changed. But to us, everything has changed. Madison is still awake when I get home, and one look at my face tells her everything. Oh my God, she says. You're really together now, aren't you? We're really together. I told you this was a romantic comedy plot. She's practically squealing. How did it happen? I tell her about the gallery, about Noah's confession, about the kiss. Madison listens with her hands pressed to her mouth. Riley, this is so perfect. You accidentally fell in love while pretending to be in love. That's literally the most romantic thing I've ever heard. I don't know if it's love yet, I protest. But it could be. Yeah, I admit, it could be. The next morning, I wake up to a text from Noah. Good morning, girlfriend. Real girlfriend this time. I'm smiling at my phone when another text comes through from Alyssa. Sunday brunch? Bring Noah. I want to hear all about how things are going. I text Noah. Alyssa wants us to come to brunch. First outing as a real couple? Perfect. I'll pick you up at 11. Brunch is at Alyssa's favorite spot, a trendy place with amazing pancakes and bottomless mimosas. She and Daniel are already there when we arrive, and Alyssa waves us over excitedly. Finally, she says, hugging us both. I feel like I haven't seen you guys in forever. Well, together at least. How are things? Really good, I say, and Noah squeezes my hand under the table. You two are so cute together. Alyssa sighs. Honestly, when you showed up to my wedding with Noah, I was shocked. I didn't think you were ready to date again after Derek, but you look so happy now. I am happy, I say, and it's the truth. We order food and mimosas, and the conversation flows easily. Daniel tells a funny story about work. Alyssa complains about her in-laws, and Noah fits seamlessly into our dynamic like he's been here all along. At one point, Alyssa leans over to whisper in my ear while the guys are debating something about sports. I'm really proud of you, you know, for putting yourself out there again, for giving someone new a chance. Thanks, Av. Noah's a good one. Don't let this one go. I won't, I promise. After brunch, Noah and I walk around the neighborhood. It's a beautiful day, sunny and warm, and everything feels right in a way it hasn't in a long time. So this is what real dating feels like, Noah says. I'd forgotten. How long has it been since your last real relationship? 3 years. The bad breakup I mentioned. Do you want to talk about it? He's quiet for a moment. Her name was Jessica. We dated for 2 years. I thought we were happy, but she was cheating on me for most of it. When I found out, it destroyed me, made me question everything. My judgment, my worth, whether I was even capable of making someone happy. Noah, that's awful. It was. And for a while, I couldn't imagine putting myself out there again. So I started doing the fake dating thing as a way to stay connected to the idea of relationships without the risk. But then I met you, and somehow you made me want to risk it again. I stopped walking and turned to face him. I'm scared too, you know. Derek messed me up in different ways, made me feel like I wasn't enough, like I was asking for too much by wanting commitment. And now here we are, two people who got hurt trying to figure out how to trust again. Maybe that's why this works, Noah says. We both know what it's like to be on the other side. We both know how important it is to be honest, to be clear about what we want. So what do you want? I want to take you on real dates. I want to learn everything about you, not just the surface stuff we made up for our fake story, but the real stuff. I want to see where this goes without pretending or performing or protecting myself. I want that too, I say softly. He kisses me right there on the sidewalk, and a woman walking by smiles at us. Young love, she says. Enjoy it. If she only knew the whole story. The next few weeks are both similar and completely different from before. We still see each other regularly, still text constantly, still post occasional photos together, but now there's no performance, no strategy, no exit plan. It's just us, figuring things out as we go. Noah takes me to his favorite restaurants. I bring him to my favorite bookstore. We have movie nights at my apartment where Madison pretends not to be thrilled that we're together. We visit my parents again, this time without the underlying stress of lying. My mom pulls me aside during the visit. You know, I can tell the difference, she says. What difference? Between now and last time. Last time you both seemed a little nervous, a little too perfect. Now you're more relaxed, more yourselves. It's nice to see. She's more perceptive than I gave her credit for. 6 months later, I'm at another wedding, this time as a guest with no agenda, no ex to avoid, no performance to maintain. Just me and Noah, dressed up and happy, celebrating two people we barely know because we got invited and it seemed fun. Remember when we met at a wedding? Noah says during dinner. I remember when I hired you at a wedding, I correct. Best business transaction of my life. Mine too. Alyssa and Daniel are at our table, and Alyssa raises her glass. A toast, she announces, to Riley and Noah, who proved that sometimes the best relationships start in the weirdest ways. Hear, hear, everyone echoes. Under the table, Noah takes my hand, worth every awkward moment. Every single one, I agree. The DJ starts playing a slow song, and Noah stands, offering his hand. Dance with me? For real this time? For real this time, I say. On the dance floor, surrounded by strangers celebrating love, I think about how this all started. With a lie, a performance, a desperate attempt to move on from someone who didn't deserve me, and somehow it led me to someone who does. I love you, I say, and it's the first time I've said it out loud. Noah's face breaks into the biggest smile. I love you too. I have for a while. I was just waiting for the right moment to say it. Is this the right moment? Every moment with you is the right moment. We kiss, and I can feel his smile against my lips, and everything is real and right and exactly what it's supposed to be. Later that night, back at my apartment, Madison is still up watching TV. How was the wedding? She asks. Perfect, I say. We told each other we love each other. Madison clutches her chest chest dramatically. I'm so proud. My little fake relationship that could. It's not fake anymore. Obviously not. But still, you hired a fake boyfriend and fell in love with him. That's literally the plot of every romance novel ever written. Life imitating art, Noah says from the doorway, holding 2 glasses of water. Exactly. Madison points at him. You get it. I take the water and Noah's hand, pulling him toward my room. Good night, Madison. Good night, lovebirds. Use protection. Madison! I shout, mortified. She just laughs. In my room, Noah and I get ready for bed. A routine we've developed over the past few months. He keeps a toothbrush here now, some clothes in my closet. We're not officially living together, but we're heading that direction. I've been thinking, Noah says as we're lying in bed, maybe we should tell people the truth about how we met. Really? Yeah, I mean, we're solid now. We're not going anywhere. Why keep pretending we met in a bookstore? Because it's embarrassing? It's not embarrassing. It's our story. Weird and unconventional and perfect for us. I think about it. You really want to tell people I hired you? I want to tell people that you hired me to be your fake boyfriend, and I was so blown away by you that I fell in love for real. That's a good story, Riley. That's a story worth telling. When you put it that way, so we'll tell them. At the next family dinner, we'll come clean. I bet your mom will love it. My mom will probably have a heart attack. Nah, she'll think it's romantic. Trust me. And he's right. When we tell my family the truth at the next Sunday dinner, my mom laughs until she cries. I knew something was different about that first dinner, she exclaims. You were both trying so hard, but I also knew you had real feelings. I could see it even if you couldn't. Emma is delighted. This is the best story ever. You have to let me tell people. Absolutely not, I say. Please, I'll make you sound really good. Emma, no. But of course she tells everyone anyway, and soon all our friends know the truth, and the reactions are universally positive. People think it's cute, funny, romantic. Alyssa says she knew all along, which is definitely a lie, but I let her have it. Derek hears through the grapevine and texts one last time. I heard the real story about how you met Noah. That's actually really cool. Glad you found someone good. I show Noah and he just shakes his head. Too little, too late, buddy. Way too late, I agree. A year after that first wedding, Noah and I are at the same venue for a different celebration, one of his colleagues' events. We're walking through the parking lot when Noah suddenly stops. What? I ask. This is where we met. Right here. You were standing by your car, nervous about going inside, and I was the random guy you were about to ask to pretend to be in love with you. Best decision I ever made. Second best, Noah corrects. The best decision was saying yes when I suggested we make it real. That was your suggestion. Semantics. He pulls me close and we stand there in the parking lot where it all began, and everything feels full circle. Marry me, Noah says suddenly. I pull back. What? Marry me. Right now I'm asking. I don't have a ring yet. I was planning to do this properly next month, but standing here in this spot, it feels right. So marry me, Riley. Let's stop being two hurt people who found each other and become two healed people building a life together. I'm crying now, happy tears streaming down my face. Yes, obviously, yes. He kisses me, and somewhere above us a window opens and someone shouts, "She said yes!" And suddenly people are cheering from inside the venue even though they have no idea who we are or what just happened. We should probably go tell them this isn't actually about them, I say, laughing. In a minute, Noah says. First I want to stay right here with you, in the place where everything changed, and just appreciate how weird and wonderful life can be. The weirdest, I agree. The most wonderful, he adds. And standing there in that parking lot with strangers cheering for us from the windows and the person I love holding me close, I think about everything that led to this moment. The heartbreak with Derek that made me desperate enough to hire a fake date. The wedding where I met Noah. The way we kept extending our arrangement because neither of us wanted to let go. The moment when fake became real and everything clicked into place. Thank you, I say quietly. For what? For being brave enough to tell me how you really felt. For taking the risk. For making me believe in relationships again. Thank you for hiring me, Noah says with a grin. Best client I ever had. Former client. Current fiancé? That's better. We finally head inside the venue, hand in hand, engaged and happy and ready to celebrate with a room full of strangers who will never know the full story. But we know. And that's enough. 2 years later, we're back at the same venue for our own wedding. The irony isn't lost on anyone, especially Alyssa, who's my maid of honor and has mentioned at least 50 times how perfect it is that we're getting married where we met. This is literally a fairy tale, she says while helping me get ready. You know that, right? This is the kind of story people write movies about. It's just our story, I say, adjusting my dress. Just your story? Riley, you hired a fake boyfriend and fell in love with him. That's not just anything. Madison is there too, doing my makeup. She's right. This is epic romance stuff. I'm telling everyone I was there from the beginning. You were there from like week 2. Close enough. There's a knock on the door and my mom peeks in. Ready, sweetheart? So ready. She comes over and takes both my hands. I'm so proud of you. Not just for finding Noah, but for being brave enough to take a chance. After Derek, I was worried you'd closed yourself off, but you didn't. You stayed open to possibility. I had a good teacher, I say. You always taught me that the right things are worth fighting for, and Noah is definitely the right thing. Downstairs, the ceremony is about to start. I can hear music, voices, the sound of chairs scraping. My dad appears to walk me down the aisle and he looks at me with tears in his eyes. You look beautiful, kiddo. Thanks, Dad. You sure about this guy? More sure than I've ever been about anything. Good, because I really like him. And if you break up, I'm keeping him in the divorce. Dad! He laughs. Just kidding, mostly. The music changes and suddenly it's time. We walk down the aisle together and I see Noah standing at the front in his suit, and the look on his face makes every weird moment, every awkward lie, every complicated feeling completely worth it. When I reach him, he takes my hands and whispers, "Hi. Hi. You look incredible. You're crying. Can't help it. You're about to become my wife." The ceremony is beautiful. We wrote our own vows, and when it's Noah's turn, he pulls out a folded piece of paper. "Riley," he starts, voice shaking slightly. "2 years ago, you asked me to pretend to be your boyfriend for one night. I said yes because it was my job, because I was good at pretending, because I thought it would be easy. But from the moment I met you, nothing about us was easy. You challenged me, surprised me, made me feel things I'd convinced myself I didn't want to feel anymore." He pauses, collecting himself. "You taught me that taking risks is worth it, that being vulnerable is worth it, that love, real love, is always worth it. And I promise to spend the rest of my life proving to you that saying yes to you was the best decision I've ever made. Not because you hired me, but because you saw me, the real me, and you chose me anyway." I'm full on crying now, and half the audience is crying with me. When it's my turn, I don't even look at my notes. "Noah, I hired you because I was scared. Scared of my ex, scared of my feelings, scared of getting hurt again. But what I found was someone who wasn't afraid. Someone who looked at a complicated situation and said, let's figure it out together. You made me brave. You made me believe in myself again, and you made me believe in us." I take a shaky breath. "I promise to always be honest with you. you, to take risks with you, to build a life that's as real and messy and wonderful as the way we started. I promise to never stop choosing you, every single day, for the rest of our lives. The officiant, one of Noah's college friends, grins. By the power vested in me, and because you two have already been through more drama than most married couples, I now pronounce you husband and wife. Noah, kiss your bride. For real this time. Noah kisses me, and everyone cheers, and it's perfect. At the reception, during our first dance, Noah pulls me close. So, Mrs. Williams, how does it feel? Like coming home, I say. Like everything finally makes sense. Even the weird parts? Especially the weird parts. We dance, and I look around the room at all the people who've been part of our story. Alyssa and Daniel, Madison and her new boyfriend, my parents looking proud, Emma filming everything on her phone, Noah's colleagues from the architecture firm, even some of the regulars from that first wedding who Noah stayed in touch with. Can I tell you a secret? Noah whispers. Always. That first night in the parking lot before we even went inside, I almost backed out. I almost said I couldn't do it. But then you smiled at me, this nervous, hopeful smile, and I thought, okay, I can do this for her. I didn't know that smile would change my entire life. Best parking lot decision ever, without question. Frank, the officiant, taps on a microphone for speeches. Alyssa goes first, telling embarrassing stories about me from college and making everyone laugh. Then Noah's best friend Jack talks about how Noah seemed different after meeting me, how he could tell something had shifted. Then Emma gets up, and I'm immediately nervous. So, she starts with a mischievous grin. Most of you know that Riley and Noah have a unique love story. What you might not know is that I figured out something was weird during that first family dinner. They were trying so hard to seem natural that they seemed completely unnatural. The crowd laughs. But here's the thing I noticed. Even when they were obviously performing, they couldn't stop looking at each other like they'd each discovered something amazing. It was like they were so busy trying to convince us they were together that they didn't realize they actually wanted to be together. She raises her glass. To Riley and Noah, who took the long way around but ended up exactly where they were supposed to be. Everyone drinks and Noah squeezes my hand under the table. Later in the evening, Derek appears. I didn't invite him. He's here as someone's +1, and for a second my stomach drops. But then Noah is next to me, calm and steady. Riley, Noah, congratulations, Derek says, and he seems genuine. I'm really happy for you both. Thanks, I say carefully. I just wanted to say, I'm sorry for how things ended, for not letting go when I should have. You deserved better than what I gave you. I appreciate that, I say. And Noah, you seem like a good guy. Take care of her. Always, Noah says simply. Derek nods and walks away, and that chapter closes completely. How do you feel? Noah asks. Good, really good. Like I can finally stop carrying that around. Good, because we've got way more important things to focus on, like our honeymoon and the rest of our lives, and whether we're going to get a dog. Are we getting a dog? I don't know, are we? We should probably talk about that. We have time, Noah says. We have all the time in the world. We dance until midnight, and when the reception finally winds down, we change out of our fancy clothes and drive to the hotel. In the car, still wearing my traveling outfit, I look over at Noah. Hey, husband. Hey, wife. We did it. We really did. No more pretending. No more pretending, he agrees. From now on, everything is real. And it is real. The fights about whose turn it is to do dishes, the lazy Sunday mornings, the inside jokes no one else understands, the way he brings me coffee exactly how I like it, the way I leave notes in his lunch, the way we've learned each other's patterns and moods and needs. Sometimes the universe knows what you need before you do. Sometimes the detour is actually the destination. And sometimes when you hire someone to pretend to love you, you end up finding real love in the process. That's our story. Weird, wonderful, and absolutely amazing.